Hi, I'm Laurie Phillipson. I'm a trek leader with Getaway Trekking. I've been fortunate enough to have now done 16 crossings. I get a lot of inspiration from people on the track that are probably doing it pretty tough physically and also emotionally. We work with those people to get them through those tough days, because I know that at the end of the trek, the feeling they have of empowerment and strength is just overwhelming, and I see that transition happening. A lot of times we will explain to people that they'll have a tough day, and a lot of times they fob it off, but everyone does, and at the end of the trek, having got through that and dug pretty deep and finding out a bit more about themselves and supporting one another, I find that their growth, certainly emotionally, is enormous. Look, there's no doubt that it's a physical challenge. So the first port of call is get the fitness up to a reasonable level. It's always a case of train hard, walk easy, plenty of cliches, but at the end of the day, if you put the effort in on the training track, you will enjoy the trip a lot more, because you'll get to villages, have the energy to play with kids and interact with the locals, rather than just go and crash on the bed somewhere and not have that experience of the locals and that culture. Look, someone who takes the time, I guess, initially to explain where you need to be at from a training point of view, someone who is culturally sensitive to Papua New Guinea people. It's important also to be surrounded by people who have had experience, and a lot of our training walks will provide that. We are fortunate enough to have leaders in most states around Australia, and so the ability to meet with those people and get first-hand information does help quite a bit if you're embarking on the trek. That information is vital to their success, and we find that one of the things I like seeing is that a lot of people are a bit anxious about when they're going, have I packed the right gear, and do I need this, do I need that? And I think if you can allay those fears before going over, it's a far more successful trek for those people. Have a crack. Given that, sure, you need to be reasonably fit, you don't have to be a superstar, but because I've seen people from various walks of life get on the track, and to see the change in those people, to see the way they come out the other end, regardless of how physically tough they do it, and whether emotionally they hit rock bottom, the strength that they gain from having done that trip, that journey, is enormous. And not only that, people make lifelong friends even after 8 days. There's quite a few people still in touch with one another. Social media helps that, of course. The bond that is created between the trekkers and our boys, our porters, is an unbreakable bond. I get inspiration every time I go over from both trekkers and our lovely carriers up north. If you're thinking about doing the trek, don't hesitate. Get in touch and make it happen.